How about a guide on every single boss in the campaign that matters for permanent effects and to actually beat the campaign? The video is going to work following. First, we'll talk about the boss, attack patterns to look out for, strategies on how to beat them, and then I'm going to let the fight run so you can witness the things we talked about. Timestamps are in the description below, and yes, there will also be the whole Temple of Chaos run in and one whole Temple of Sekhemas with level 25 and 41. During the fights, you'll mainly see Merc, but these strategies I used for all of my characters. The Ranger, the Sorg, and also the Minion Witch. Act 1, straight up out of the enchantment, the Frost Witch Beira. Two things to look out for: her puppy summoning phase, and when she shoots repeatedly ice crystals in a row. You roll that one, you're fine to go. Stick very close to her, roll around her, and you got her in the back. If you do have a fire skill early, that would deal bonus damage to her. Kill them all. Put it on again. Throw down my grenades. And now that she gets frozen, she's going to take immense bonus damage from the fragmentation shot. Second obstacle in the game, the Devourer. Weak to frost, highly armored. If you play him on range, he'll keep spitting globs at you. And if you go close, he does the Toxic Hat Smash. The Toxic Hat Smash is heavily telegraphed. As long as you stick to his fat body, you can just circle all the way around him. If you do have area effects, he'll go down and pop up again. At some point, you'll just understand where he always pop up. So put the ground effect there and have it triggered at the moment where he shoots out of it. The only thing to really look out for is his tail, because he'll pop up in the middle, and depending on where you circle around him, his tail could smash down and squash you. After that happened once or twice, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Grenade, grenade, grenade. Oh, he actually got away there. Huh. We need to get him frozen, because then he takes like a super boost of damage from the... Well, that's it. There's the Devourer. Now, the Brambleghast is not a boss you actually do have to kill, but I guess you want to get him down for the bonus XP and quite some cool loot he can drop early. This one has two nasty things he does. First, a gigantic chaos ball he pulls out of his throat and just throws at you. That goes, though, very fast past. So if you stick close to him, it won't hit you. Then he can also summon slamming down tentacle arms, which are destroyable. For my Merc, if I drop the grenades on the ground, they'll just instantly pop. The Sork summoning sparks also destroys them. And if you do have fire spells, he takes bonus damage. In the Red Veil, you will fight the King of the Rest to advance the campaign. Weak to lightning, quite armored, and also fire resistant. Now, if you stick very close to him, he'll just go with his hands, try to backstab you. The advantage of staying close is he sometimes summons his swords to stab down, easily telegraphed. You're close, you can just keep circling and you'll avoid just simply by strafe, shooting, hitting, spell casting, whatever it is, while you circle him. And at some point, he'll raise his wand and start a spinning motion where he shoots out a laser beam. That one you want to avoid because it hurts a lot. After you brought him down a while, he'll summon his cronies to swarm you. Area effects are extremely helpful here. You don't want to get mobbed. Try to roll out first and funnel them all into one direction. For this, it's helpful to clear the area around that you don't have mobs backstabbing you. After the Rest King, through the Grim Tangle to the Graves, we'll fight the Druid. You don't actually have to fight him, but same like the Brambleghast, you kind of want to kill him for bonus loot and XP. He will always teleport at the beginning, so don't try to put a lot of ground effects on him. Do that after his teleport. And if he raises his wand and starts shooting out his vines, they'll smash into the ground, and that's where he does incredible damage. Otherwise, he could teleport you in the middle, which is not really a threat. You might as well just get yourself teleported and roll forward, so you're not really interrupting your damage. Two more things. He can summon slamming vines. You cannot destroy them. It's just a moment of running and rolling there. And he'll summon a big boulder in the middle that will try to squash you. This is not a one-hit. You might as well just take it. If you do want to roll it in the last moment, it's not a lethal attack. Yeah, this is like really just some bullying. Okay. Next step are the two mausoleums you have to raid. The Lady Consort and the Boy Consort. Lady Consort first. If you use ground effects, try to pull her into a corner, because she kind of likes to teleport to your position, but also her attacks actually travel her forward with her size. Another moment where she's stationary are her circles she summons on the ground. So if you have ground effects there, just slam her on that. Do not get hit by the third circle. That one does immense damage. The first and the second circle is okay. The third one just boops you down. During the fight, there'll be souls fluttering around the screen and trying to get into her. Do not let this happen, because she gets enraged if a soul gets into her. You want to catch them if you can, or just live with the consequences of her getting empowered and doing quite some more damage. All in all, just stay close and keep circling her. And if she goes for the triple flurry attack, one roll through her makes you avoid most of these. Yep. That is really simple. Afterwards, you'll have to fight her consort Draven. He has a 4-hit combo where he goes slash, 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 super forward. That does a lot of damage. If you roll through him at the beginning, he'll just go past you. Otherwise, he does a forward slash, releasing souls that you can easily roll. And he would go and cleave the ground to shoot damage out on the side. That's why you want to stay close to him, because both of these attacks can super easily be avoided by proximity. Again, don't let the souls touch him, or he'll go empowered. Do the double forward slash for 2 times soul release. Slam his sword down harder. His 4 times forward slash goes crazy as well. Might either kite him through the room, or just collect those souls before they touch him. You get time in this fight, he's telegraphing very straightforward. It's a bit harder to hit with your grenades. Okay, so now since we started rolling his actual attacks, we also started taking like killer damage. Oh, he's so close to being staggered again. 2, 3. Oh, ow. Hee. Oh, sorry, I missed you. Now to my favorite boss, Lachlann. He does a hit forward and a hit behind him when he says, "My rage burns." As soon as he starts saying "my rage burns," you know it's going to be vam vam. Avoid these by standing close to him to the side, and both won't hit you. Otherwise, you might get squashed one hit. Then, he's also summoning a ghost from the ground and slamming that down on you. Do not avoid the first summon off the ground if you stand too close, but avoid the slamming down. He's also making the ground glow to send a ghost forward that leaves a trail of frost. Generally, a lot of his attacks leave a trail of frost. So if you fight him close, after a while, just kite him a little bit. Keep in mind that his forward "my rage burns" and backwards has an insane range. Trying to roll backwards out of it might simply not work, but rolling to the side away from it will always work, because it's just forward and backward. Build actually wants you to like play like this, and yet I tend to push into everyone. Wee. After this fight, we're gonna be level 10. And then we're finally gonna have the new crossbow. Oh, we're not level. Wait, you were supposed to make me level 10 so I can equip this one. Now let's kill the Crowbell for bonus passives. He has 3 phases. First, he jumps from his splint and just goes for left and right swiping. You damage him and he goes away. There is nothing to look out for, just hurt him hard. In the second phase, in the tiny room, be a bit more wary, because he can glow red and do a forward slam that does 1-hit damage. He can absolutely take you out. In this phase, I truly recommend, again, sticking to him, and while you're casting, do a circular motion. I do this by left clicking, and then while I clicked behind him, my character goes around him, I just do my spells and it does this cast in motion thingy. Works tremendous. If you have to roll, you roll. Otherwise, most of his normal swipes don't really do that much damage. For phase 3, you want to run before him, that you're already in the circle before he arrives with his bell. And in this phase, you do truly want to stand all the way behind him every single time. The squishing down of the bell does tremendous damage. He does not have that much HP anymore in this phase, and if you have any kind of ground effects, the area is tiny. He cannot avoid them. Freezing him is helpful, staggering him is helpful, otherwise behind him and damage in his butt. We want our bonus spirit, we have to kill out the King of the Mist, and he's quite tricky. Does throw forward chaos bolts, create ground effects that suck away your HP, and he does transform on the midway through. The problem with staying close to him is that at some point he'll raise his staff, say some very menacing words, slam it down, and boom, spikes go outward. That one you want to dodge. Otherwise, he just throws a continuous stream of chaos bolts that are avoided by strafe casting. You don't really have to roll that one much. Simply walking already avoids those chaos bolts. That's where I stand in a semi-close range to him and easily avoid that. And if he goes for the telegraphed slam and you roll out of it, you're good to go. Now for phase 2, I'm a bit more wary because he can summon a big glob of chaos damage that he throws at you, and if it explodes on you, you're most likely going to die. Problem is that he puts this red rune on your body and he can completely seize your motion. Here I like to stand more than a medium distance away to avoid getting seized up and him just slamming me with his glob of poison and I die. Otherwise in this phase, he does the same ground pound and the throwing of the chaos bolts, just as 3 now instead of 1. If you do strafe cast, circle around him, you're good to go. That's truly the main damage here. When we... Hey! Uncool! You know, when you like walk into him, then you just gotta know that he's going to do that. And hit him. I like the flashbang a lot. To our good friend, the Executioner has a huge ground slam that is simply avoided by proximity. Stay close to him. He lifts the leg, lifts the axe. Easily done. Then the next attack to really look out for is when he drops down the ambus, the anchor, the guillotine from the sky. He'll stand still, talks, and slams his axe one single time on the ground. Otherwise, stay close to him. I know I keep repeating this advice, but caster, melee character, doesn't matter. Stay close to him as he has really these wide swings and 90% of the damage just simply avoided by stepping to the left, to the left, to the left. Done. On raid, I don't actually play things with like evasion, that kind of stuff. So I'll play things with armor. But how much is going to be good levels of armor? Oh no. It feels like that should have hit me. Oh, let's, yeah. Oh, that went totally in the wrong direction. Now, Count Geonor, though, he's a bit of a different monster because you can't just stay close to him and every problem is solved. You do actually have to understand him. In phase 1, he can charge forward with his sword, and at the end of the charge, he'll always do a long-winded swing that does area damage. After the charge, roll the swing or just stand out of distance. Then he can also slam down his blade to create the Ice V. Don't worry if you get stuck into that one. You can break it to roll out, but that one is mostly avoided by staying close to him. Now another thing will be him charging his sword to stab forward. In that moment, keep circling him. He can't really stab you with that. And you don't even have to roll in the right moment. His attack is so delayed by simply circling it's avoided. He will at a certain percentage turn into his wolf form, not phase 2 yet, no, just simply the wolf form, and summon some cronies, vanish to drop on your head, and as soon as he vanishes to drop on your head with a red circle, you need to start running. The moment he starts vanishing, it's about time to run. And he has another charge forward in his wolf form where he summons blobs of blood on the side. There you truly want to stay behind him because it can deal quite some damage. Now after you damaging him enough, he'll go into phase 2 where he's this wolf sword hybrid form. And he'll do a couple of things here. He can say Winter Solstice holding up his sword, summoning spikes of ice from the sky, beams of ice that will freeze you and do tremendous damage. Don't roll these, walk them. If you walk in that phase, you just avoid all the damage. If you start rolling and don't have enough movement speed, 10% on your boots, you might get hit during a roll. Another one will be I'll freeze your blood. I can smell your blood. That's where he stands still in the middle and summons these patches of ice on the ground. Put yourself somewhere where no patch of ice is and just keep blasting your damage. In both of these phases, he can be staggered. Otherwise, to avoid his damage, stand close to him behind his booty. Now the real annoying phase is him vanishing and going into the mist form where his cronies are coming and he charges in. His charge is happening exactly every 4 seconds. With evasion, you can simply evade it, but I'd recommend probably rolling that one. If you have ground effects, put them down to kill the minions, or heavy shots to just take them out, and then every 4 seconds roll. Then he'll come out of this phase and the same thing continues until you have him around 30%, because then his Winter Solstice is now red tinged bolts that do way more damage and happen also in between. Here you just really want to get him down as fast as possible because that phase is quite annoying. If you do have an ability to stagger or stun him, especially in that phase, you kind of want to do it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Gas bomb him. Woo! That was so simple. GG. And now to the real Act 1 end boss. That would be the first boss in Act 2, Mr. Rathbreaker. Guarded by some hyenas in the beginning, kill them, then walk up to him with his 2 friends. You can destroy the 2 friends before you start the fight by shooting from the sideline with a ranged ability. I like to do this to make the fight easier. That being said, if you don't have a ranged ability, take out his 2 hyena guards first, and then, you'll be surprised though, stand close to him. He'll charge off, arrows rain down from the sky that do quite some damage, avoid that, and his most annoying attack is a slash, where he hurts the ground, and then does a third one that most likely will one-hit you. If you are close to him, hashtag behind him, he cannot hit you with that. It is impossible that he hits you with this one. Get him back into the fighting area, not to the cliffs where the archers are shooting down, no, at the very beginning where he spawns, and in that part, you just stick to his body. As he then summons the bonus hyenas, having a ground ability is helpful, otherwise make sure you don't get mobbed, roll kind of like in the middle part, but also in this phase, you definitely want to stay close to him, as he has quite the overhead hits that hurt a lot. But by proximity, you just avoid all of that. And now let me kill him. It's funny to see like the tiny grenades bounce off him. Oh, he's gonna be so mad about this one. What a joke. What a joke. As you enter the quarries, there's an engineer. And the engineer is quite annoying because she has a one-hit attack. And that's the only thing to look out for. She'll stand still, mount a grenade to her weapon, and then start wildly swinging at you. What helped me the most was rolling into her. Every single time. Don't try to roll away, left, right, straight into her, into her, into her, into her. Because her wild swings will always go ahead of you. The range is kind of weird on this one. If you try to roll away, despite rolling away, sometimes at the end of the motion, it's still hitting you weirdly. always into her, and you got it. Yes, you can outrun that one as well if you do actually have the movement speed to do it. Ah, no, let's not let's not get hit by her burn. It's her weirdest attack. Because you're feeling like no damage from her at all, and if you stand in that, you just die. Afterwards, we're fighting Balbala the Traitor, probably the most annoying boss in the whole game. As a melee character, it might be easier as you just literally walk up to her and smack her silly goose. By using ground effect, she zip-zaps around. It can be tricky to get her damaged. Two things to really look out for. She'll dash around slashing you and summon a lot of feathers. Dodge these, as they'll collapse on you and try to kill you. Second, she'll drop feathers on the ground and summon them up. Those two attacks are the most damaging ones. Otherwise, she's just constantly whittling you down. For me, it was the best to try to stun her so I can put down my ground pound effect, or as my sword to fill the area with lightning damage. If she goes invisible, search for her. Keep in mind that she slams once on the ground after coming out of this invisibility. Gotta do it fast or you're gonna get choked by poison. Off. I should probably use the stun more against her. Yeah. Okay, she didn't get just a single time stunned by that. Yeah, so here, Balbala stunned. I guess that's the play, just flashbang her. I'm definitely not utilizing the flashbangs to their full potential. That's fine. Can you imagine that the first time I fought this boss, I had like zero clue what to do. And I decided to just not find her when she went into this this I go hidden phase. And then we just got killed by the gas. And I was like, huh? I don't understand what's going on. It was a real dorky doofy moment for sure. Yeah, stunned. And then we kill her. Okay, this was mitigated by just having evasion and armor. Like, evasion and armor just helps you to just take less. This leads you to the first encounter with Jamanra, the Risen King, who does some swinging sword attacks. You're not rolling to the side or backwards. You always roll through him. And at some point, he'll say a sentence and slowly twirl his blade around you to do an overhead hit. That's where his most damage comes from. Roll the hit. You can roll it right on the spot where it actually collapses. You don't have to roll left or right. Just roll as it enters the ground and then stay on the exact position as he falls up with an explosion. You got this covered. Get him down. The stagger carpet bombing stage. Oh, this is a great stage to be in. I'm loving it. Okay. Turret burglar. Yeah. perfection. I mean, like, absolutely zero struggle in that fight. Now to my favorite boss. I love the design. It's Deathlord together with Ancient Steed. Pull them together and do damage to both of them. While you do this, try to keep behind the Mastodon, because he has a bunch of stun abilities, ground pounds, annoying stuff that does quite some damage. Whatever the Deathlord does, with the magic in the middle or magic on the ground, is easily avoided with a bit of movement. As long as you avoid the Steed, the Deathlord will just take so much damage. If you have to take one out first, I always take out the Deathlord first, while the Steed is already down to 1/3 of HP, and then just finish him off by proximity rolling around him. Next up is a more annoying boss, which is the Constrictor Queen, Kabala. The annoying part is the amount of chaos damage she does with her poison. Now, if you stay close to her, she mostly slashes with her sword, which can be avoided by circling. Every now and then, though, she sends a blob of chaos damage that hurts quite a lot and depletes your potions. If you stand further away, she's doing more of the ranged throws. A real thing to look out for, though, is where she goes into the ground, summons the red mist, and you need to run to the one position of the pit where there's no bones. If you get hit by that, it's Joe Ever. Otherwise, just get her killed. I'm bullied right now. Love how she's just being bullied in the corner of the map. Good. This leads us to Mr. Temper Tantrum, Azarian, the Forsaken Son. And it couldn't be simpler. You roll through him. Never roll away, never roll left, never roll right. Through him. He goes for a couple of swings, but by rolling through him, he just meow goes past you. There's a bunch of flame bursts, but by rolling through him, they also go past you. He's so easily avoided by simply, again, sticking to his butthole and circling that one. He's a freebie. Enjoy. Now that we have broken your armor. Lord have mercy. At this point, I was level 25. There's a whole Trials of Sekhemas run. It's roughly 11 minutes, plus the boss fight, filled with tips and tricks how to speed run through the whole endeavor. Don't need it? Timestamps. Jump forward. This is funny because it's a run through. And I'm obviously gonna run through. But at the same time, since I have my explosives. Wait, could I not use my That's mean. I could just use my flashbangs to flashbang them. Right? And anyone that tries to be mean to you just gets flashbanged. Lose all sacred water, minor affliction. Waiting for an update on the Reaver build. Well, I'm going to update our Witch, but sir, we have many things to do and I'm only one man. You get the Scorpion boss defeated. We had 90% honor resistance, or 75%, or how high it actually goes. And our problem was, it was my first time at the Scorpion boss, and I had absolutely no clue what he was doing. It was a brutal fight. That was for sure. And I got my ass handed to me with my sword. And I think our main problem was with the sword. I couldn't see shit. So I was playing my sword to beat the final boss. But since we're using firewall and all that stuff, I was putting so much shit on the ground that I completely did not see when the boss started doing any attacks. It was horrible. I essentially sank into the ground and I didn't even know what was happening. Shrine for Honor Restoration, Bronze Key, and then Shrine for Honor Restoration. Your minions are staying behind. Well, you have a command minion button, sir. In case you missed that. So there is a command minion button. That will have your minions walk wherever you want them to walk. I think that might be a bit more complicated on console. As on PC, you just jam that button in between. Okay, we didn't lose much honor there. Let's see what this ring got for me. Oh, like that's a nice resistance ring. I'm not gonna lie, chat. Look at this. 30 and 15% resistance, just like that. That's pretty good. To see you using grenade, how challenging the run is going to be. I'm asking myself the same, sir. I mean, currently the grenades are definitely allowing me for some easy pass through, as you can just like here go for the stagger grenades, so that's nice. Then we can go for the explosive shot, who instantly takes care of business. You can do the gas bombs to then ignite them as well and do a lot of damage. So you kind of get like all the tools in your hand to be good off. And it feels amazing. Okay. Thank you for the ranger build. I'm not one-shotting bosses yet. Oh, you need crit for that. So the most important part is crit chance, actually. Not even crit damage, because you got bonus crit damage to a degree. But you want the crit chance, because that is the most influential factor there. As soon as you pick up more crit chance with a ranger, then you're finally gonna like actually have that ability to go bonkers apeshit. So yeah, Messi, thank you very much for your subscription and support. Messi, dankeschön. That's fairly kind of you. And we've gotten so many like new supporters during Path of Exile 2. Not like only gifters for the Chimera Pad. No, actually like supporters that are hopefully wanting to stay. So thank you. It's very kind that you all consider like being with this channel. Let's stagger. Hee. It's just bullying at this point. Where you can see your crit chance, if you go on your abilities and you pop it out, you can see the crit chance you have with the ability. And I don't have any crit chance right now. So here, critical hit chance, there you go, 13% on the frost bomb, for example. Nothing here on the grenades, so like that's where you like see it. Explosive shot, for example, has also no critical chance right now. Ta-da. Lose 30 sacred water on room completion. That's bad. I hate it. Zord, thank you for the 3rd month of support. Zord, good to see you there. Let's do gas everywhere. So let's spread gas in the cavern and then just explode it. Like, instead of using the explosive shot, we're just spreading gas. Okay, there's the elite. Let's stagger him. I think this is how I'm going to beat the boss of the trial, mainly over stagger. I feel like that's the most sense-making plan to have right now. Like, just really nail him down with a stagger, and then get him destroyed. It should lead to desired results. Did you finish the Sork round? Sork is currently level 73, absolutely endgame blasting. We get the resistances up, and she's destroying everything. So yes, Sork is doing plenty well. Monsters have reduced action speed, yes. Restore honor on room on boss entering. We can go to the shrine, but we don't have to venerate the shrine. Chalice Trial is easy. Toxic Merlin, how are you enjoying PoE? It's fantastic. Like, I highly recommend it. If you want to treat yourself with a good game that is going to last for a while. Because I think that's Path of Exile's biggest argument right now is the game is going to last you for a while. Right? You're truly investing in a product that has tons of content to offer. And that's not just like a little something. And since you already know that meaningful updates are planned, I think that's pretty good. Like, you know what's coming. You know the new classes. You know Act 4, 5, and 6. Bonus ascendancies. All that kind of stuff. There's like no mysterium, right? Is season 1 going to be good? Is season 2 going to be good? Like, you exactly know what's in the future of this game so far. How long ever they're going to take for it. But regardless of that, great times ahead. How do you set the colorful drops? It's a filter. We talked about it in the first 30 minutes of this stream. It's from Filterblade XYBZ. Never sync. On their website, they kind of explain how to put the filter on. Okay, we could restore honor to get a boon, but then we're going to also get a bane, and I don't want that. Can't wait to try the new classes. We all. I love that when I'm done with a certain area that you can trade your items off. Dude, this is one of the coolest things in the game. So I can create this amazing bow right now. But I won't use the bow at some point anymore. That being said, you could either trade it off to a friend, as you say, or you could put it up for trade for 1 Exalted. So yes, no matter how much you have played with an item, no matter how much you have invested in an item, at the end of the day, you could use that item to make even more gains from it. And that is truly amazing. I am totally with you. I like that one a lot too. That items are essentially eternal. Because they can always be traded, always be used. There's never like, nah, sir, you've been having too much fun with this item. You're not allowed to trade that. Ain't happening. Okay, nothing here. And now to the boss. And I still haven't decided what we're doing. By the way, this was so far an absolute breath through at level 24. When we took, what, like 50 honor damage in the whole run so far. Okay, why is this bullying so hard, chat? Like, seriously. Wasn't Merc meant to be like a struggling starter? Why does the internet keep lying to me, Chad? Now, Azarian the Lost Sun was kind of freebie. The Colossus couldn't be more annoying. Most attacks will kind of miss him. You can only hit his lower arm. Sometimes you don't hit his body. My grenades fall off. My Sork had an easy time filling the ground just with lightning and destroying him. Now, in order to make him easier, stick to his lower arm. Left arm. Lower arm. Always on that position. Not too low or he goes for an elbow slam trying to squish you. But by sticking to the lower arm, you avoid his one-hit slash forward. You avoid most of the damage anyways. And the only thing that could still kill you is when he slowly raises his hand to plant it on the ground to summon the fire split. As long as you avoid the left hand plant down, you're going to kill him easily over time. Should have expected nothing less. After already struggling with every single range class and with range targeting against him, I shouldn't have expected anything less. Okay, they're exploding at his feet, the gas grenades. Wait, can I explode them at his feet? I can, and they actually do damage versus him. Oh, shit. So let's just roll him down to his feet, I guess. Because the explosion, surprisingly, goes like the whole way, right? It goes everywhere. You could have warned me, Chad. I know you're making fun of it, but you could have warned me instead. Properly warned me. Like, Pony, this is going to happen. It's going to feel terrible, and you're going to hate it. Oh, I'm out of mana. That's great. We're looking forward to. Let's just put that skill point here quickly. Haha! Get nerd. Woo! Colossus was annoying. Tor Gul the Defiler, favorite boss design, love him, is easy as hell. Keep circling him, stay very close, and he cannot destroy you. He does one hat slam forward, one hat slam backwards, slams some hands down, but all his attacks are so easily telegraphed that even by walking, you just avoid all the damage. You don't even have to roll most of the time. He's a freebie. Get him. That's so weird that his pit doesn't exist, but the other one does. Okay, we cannot stagger him. Yeah, this at least rolls onto him. Gas him up. Before we do anything further, we gotta break his armor. Because that's like always more damage. I could probably get him staggered. You know, if I tried, I could probably get him staggered. Wait. More grenade damage. Done. Now, after getting such a freebie, though, you're fighting the Act 2 end boss. And that one is not a freebie. If you stand mildly away from him, not close, he'll keep throwing those spears of lightning that quite hurt, and in a frequency that is frankly spoken annoying. If you stand close, he does zzz, 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 palpatine lightning from the hands, which can be avoided by circling him as you do damage. Now what you really need to look out for is when he summons his 2 crystals forward, because he'll ground nuke where the 2 crystals go, exactly behind him in the opposite direction. He'll summon a short wind phase where cronies come out of him, just nuke the cronies and damage him at the same time if you can with your abilities, while you have to stand close to your lady under the protective dome. The last thing he does in phase 1 is summoning his crystals who zigzag over the screen really fast to try to decapitate you. That one is the most annoying and unpredictable one, and I take quite some significant damage there every single time. Because you cannot walk it, you have to roll it. For my people! Am I running out of mana? Oh yeah, I'm running out of mana. I might have to take the gem off. That increases the cost of what I'm doing here right now. So I kind of like, you know, burn through a lot with that one gem that we currently have on. We're using, what is it? On the gas grenade, something that makes it more expensive. Now phase 2, after he slashes the ground and destroys the area. The wind walls will mostly avoid you. By sticking close, you're just good to go. He goes for a size slash that you can easily avoid by being close to him with one roll. And then you get a really just in the right moment, not get hit by his sword coming down. Otherwise, proximity is your good friend here as he does not do much damage. Don't get hit by the cyclones, don't walk through the laser beams he puts down, and again, keep rolling the sword and the scythe. And even if he summons his quantum gates to spew out shards of lightning, just stick close to him. The only time where you really have to pay attention is when he yells 10,000 spears, because that attack is a 1 nuker that can really easily impale you. If he does that, he get these spears hovering around him, and they will slam on the ground. Just like be aware when he says the 10,000 spears, that is going to happen. Be too wasteful with my potions. Usually I'm like very wasteful with them. Okay, let's give him the... That's it. That was all my mana I had. And we just don't have to get hit and then we're fine, I guess. Right? Chad? Oh, that was a mistake. Hee. We need some more about mana regeneration. That's definitely something. Like, what do we have on the gas grenade? Yeah, the magnified effect makes it too expensive. Arrived in Act 3, Mighty Silver Fist. One-hit killer. Activate this checkpoint in that area before you really start the fight. And in this case, just have your roll button, have your hand hover over it, and stay very close to him. Because he just does the one hit with a pillar. By staying close and circling him, you just every single time have to roll that one. There's no way out of it. I tried staying on range, but he can close range so simple. Stand close to him because that's the shortest way to roll away. The further you stand away, the more you have to roll to the side. Backwards is not going to work. Forward is not going to work. Stand close to him. Just roll around his tiny feet. You got this. How are you ever going to find out if you got it if you don't like live inside their booty hole? The witch is stupid, but there's one way to actually kill her really, really, really easy. Fire resistance. Even if you pick up just one ring with fire resistance, I have minus 20 fire resistance in this fight. It hurt. I made it work because I was stubborn as hell. But she's going to ride around you and at some point just fall from her mount. She does tremendous amounts of fire damage. If you have a ring with like plus 30 fire resistance or even 2 rings, don't matter about lightning, no matter about frost, these could be at 0, minus 50. Just have like some fire resistance and it's trivializing this fight. Should have just stunned her faster, you know? Okay, we're gonna try to stun her just again straight away. Yeah. It should work. Okay, stun. Stun, yeah. It looks so funny because you're like, here, take this, blop, and just drop the bunch of explosives in front of her feet. Chimera is quite simple though. The only thing to look out for is when she rears up and pukes out frost. That one does be hurtful. The others are just simply avoided by sticking close to her body. Fire goes past you, lightning goes past you, poison goes past you. Nothing hits you by standing close to her. Destroy the POTUS when she lands on it. Get her done. Okay, let's put down the flammability curse. Wait, what? We broke that. What's this shit? Yeah. Sir, you're supposed to land here. Okay. Then don't do that. Could you please land on here? Did they somewhat change him to not land on there anymore? Did I miss a patch? Did we break him, Chad? There's a predetermined way how you're working, sir. And that is land on stupid thingies, do stupid things, and be annoying. Yeah. Stop changing your attack pattern. No one likes that. Are the ice balls getting inflamed? Yes, they are. In case you've ever asked yourself that. They are getting set on fire. So if you keep spamming him with ice balls, it works. Oh, I'm out of mana again. Oops. It happens more frequent than I feel comfortable with. I guess I need to make sure to actually pick up... This gets followed up by a tricky one, Blackjaw the Remnant. Dude hurts. Especially his attack where he goes slam, whirl, slam. That will annihilate you. Unless you stand very close to him, because maybe the first slam hits you, but the consecutive follow-up slams can simply not hit you if you stand close to him, and if you roll through him. Not left, right, or back, through. He starts swinging even if he hits you one, and then goes for a whirl swing, whirl swing. After a certain amount of time, he's going to breathe fire on his axe to do one swing. That one can be rolled. Then he might also breeze a circle of fire. When he breezes the circle of fire, run away. Just go on distance. It won't hit you, especially the third swing, which is the one hit. The first two swings won't really hurt that much, but the third swing that really decapitates you, that one hurts. Otherwise, proximity to avoid 90% of the damage. Okay, I'll stagger him. Yep, he's staggered, and goodbye. And crazy enough, the same goes for the next dude, because he's so thin. My favorite boss design, how he walks out of the wall, but his whole model is so thin. You just walk through him. He starts doing the lasers up front, walk through him. He starts slamming the ground in front of him, walk through him. The only thing to look out for is he does the triangle on the ground that nukes, roll out of that. Otherwise, you'll just clap his cheeks, literally. Okay, let's stun him. Absolutely bullied. Now, the Queen of the Fields is as annoying as Blackjaw because she'll do the forward quick jump rolling super madness. You'll most likely get hit by the first one of those, but to avoid the second one, again, roll through her. If you roll backwards or even to the side, you most likely get hit by both. You just press forward and roll and avoid then the second hit, which does tremendous damage. She does have a lot of ground effect. Don't stand in the orange mushrooms, that hurts. And when she summons a glowing sigil on the ground, roll out of that. So we're dropping grenades, guys, more grenades. Then we're exploding them. Then we drop a flashbang and a flashbang, and she gets fully flashbanged. Do you see that? She's stumbling. She doesn't know what's going on. She's absolutely horrified by what's happening. And we drop some gas bombs to break her armor again, and we finish her off. And that's it. Now to Kisuli the High Priest. He can nuke you with his Elden Ring ability. He summons a lot of stars on top of him, and they'll slam on the ground. You need to run these and not roll these, because if you're running, you avoid all the damage. If you roll, you get hit by the consecutive hits and it'll just tear you apart. He also has a phase where he contracts and bursts forward. Don't try to damage him in that phase. Avoid getting hit, and that's about it. And if he does his forward sun laser beam to destroy you, well, just get behind him. Again, proximity is your friend in this fight, as it has been in most fights, to be honest. Like, again, we're doing so much damage with the stun grenades that it's just, like, stupid to not just overwhelm him with that. And then drop everything in front of his feet. And stunned again. Like, people were worried about, like, the perma freeze that you were doing, right? But what about this, chat? And then to the most annoying boss in existence in whole Act 3, Viper. Viper stinks. Phase 1, just try to not get hit too much by her poison stuff. And damage her down. Then she'll start flying into the fire phase. You can stagger her out of the fire phase. Yes, in that phase, you can do damage and stagger her out of it. But even though you're going to do this, she'll still go into the poison phase afterwards, where everyone starts stabbing you. Just try to avoid damage here, because damage will hurt. Chaos resistance helps you, poison charm helps you too. In the poison phase, you need to determine if they're going to come from the top or bottom at the end. After stabbing you 4 to 5 times, everyone will more or less stab at the same time, but it will collapse from top or bottom. By rolling that into the top or onto the bottom, you'll avoid all the damage. Keep in mind that at the end of this phase, she likes to slam down for immense damage, so keep a bit away from her after the poison phase is over, and then just chunk her down.
Your snakes won't stop me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one went way better because we just timed our... You know what? I should probably put that one down. There's like no reason why I haven't put that one down. Apart from me being forgetty spaghetti, right? Now a Trials of Chaos run with all 4 levels and the boss fight. There's 3 possible bosses you're hoping to get the Chimera. Because Windbird is overtuned and Poison Bird can be nasty. For the Poison Bird, a little tip. Stand on a medium distance if you're able to. If you have to stand close to him, really pay attention to the ground effects. Otherwise, just pray for Chimera. I made one last night. My warrior hit a wall. Doesn't feel good when a character hits the wall, for sure. I wanted to say, is he not going to like put this up, or did I have to pull the switch myself? I don't remember. Okay, first time ascending, ladies and gentlemen. First time ascending. Second time ascending, I mean. First time Trials of Chaos. Like, the Sork had such an easy time. I even fought the Raven boss, in case you missed it. So with the Sork, we didn't get a Chimera easy path. We actually fought the Raven boss and had a not a hard time. We just destroyed him. That is kind of cool. Because usually you feel like you get a free path when you meet the Chimera, and the 2 other birds are just ridiculous. I think I could beat the Poison Bird too with this. Maybe I could beat the Wind Bird by stunning hit permanently. Could be a thing. Bosses deal more damage and take less. Globalist manifest. Challenges are contained turret that will periodically fire lightning projectiles. No, these are so bad. Like, all of these are like horrible. Like, I really want to just stop and redo already. Because I know this is going to be annoying. Like, these mutators, these levels being offered to me are just bullshit. It's like these towers here now doing periodically damage. Like, they're just ridiculous. Okay, so if anything spawns, Chad, I'm just going to put gas down everywhere. Okay? If anything spawns, we're just going to ignite that gas. And kill the whole zone. Shall we do that? I think that's a fantastic plan, isn't it? Let's gas bomb the whole area again. But definitely makes life easier. This is going to be how, like, the time trials are going in the trials of Sekhemas as well. Ah, beautiful. It's the good thing if you want to, like, stall fight a boss. So if you don't want to fight a boss head on, because you're unsure if you got it to beat the boss, well, this is how you can also fight him. Just circle around, put down gas grenades, and then... Ooh, Gemcutter's Prism. Cool. Problem is right now that the Merc technically doesn't have a single skill that's worth it to really Gemcut up. Which is not completely true. The grenades having like a better cooldown recovery rate is better. Robert, good to see you there. Silent Storm, howdy. Let's hope the third one is now not too crazy. Okay, monsters inflict grasping vines. That's fine. Yeah. The monsters grasping vines we can handle. Can't wait to see the build guide for this one. Can't wait to share it. It's pretty straightforward. And the best part is that with level 5, you already have the parts together. Like with level 5, you have the first beginning parts with like scatter shot and everything. Then you might struggle a bit until you get the explosive shot. But honestly, this has been my easiest Act 1 boss fight, my easiest Rathbreaker afterwards. Because a lot of people, they struggle with the Act 1 boss, Count Geonor, right? And then the second one they actually struggle with would be... Rathbreaker. Because Rathbreaker is like kind of harsh to deal with at times. Like I personally feel so too. But he really had like the easiest times with these bosses. And like it was joke kind of easiest times. Oh shit, you just got on the pedestal with me, huh? How about you just get all stunned by my flashbang? And then you all die. Ooh, that has an implicit armor. Look at this, chat. 107 armor, max life, strength, cold resistance. It has one less charm slot, but I think I'm fine with that. Like, getting that more armor is always good. Okay, let's take care of that. Thank you. Good. Ow. Dinaken, thank you for the 57 centuries of support. Dinaken, welcome there. Howdy, Danny Andy, partner. I don't like it when he jumps me. Because that dude can do like improper amounts of damage when he jumps you. We get another level up. That's good. Let's keep him behind. Here, throw a flashbang to just have him on the ground. Put it in and they all die. Scam. Okay, boss fight, ladies and gentlemen. For the boss fight, we should take... Here, this is more cooldown recovery for more bombs. Let's hope we get the Chimera for easy mode, or let's hope to not get the Chimera because, well, we don't want it easy mode. We want it hard in our veins. And please have the multipliers not be stupid. Well, elemental resistance, bloody hearts, monsters have increased critical hit. Oh, doorbell? I mean, that critical hit chance, what's the problem, right? What could possibly go wrong? That is Chimera. I'll be damned. Easy mode. Now I'll die. Because I have elemental resistance minus. Okay. Need to look out that I don't get hit by that frost because that's usually what kills me. If I'm honest with you. But as long as we're getting the thing here stunned, I'm not scared about anything. It should land here, usually. Not landing up there. Okay. Got it. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, level 41, 42. Now to Doriani, Aztec Iron Man. In his phase 1, where he's not in his Robo-Crab form, I try to find him mostly on the medium distance and just roll any effect he does. He's rather easily avoided. If he does some static lightning elements, look for that. Also his static red crystals. Do not get touched by those. They do immense damage. Surprisingly powerful. Let's see if we can build up stun already again. Oh. Yeah, we can. So we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna bully you into the corner. Yeah, he's going in the middle. Cool, cool. Might have to try out Vulcan with some other settings and see if that could remedy it. Because truly, this PC should not be struggling from what the PC can do. I like his reaction there. It's like, what the holy hell is happening? Like, Rain, I got this cool battle machine. How are you doing this? It's like, I don't understand, sir. Nothing will stand in my way. We staggered him. There is no escape. The end of the world is now. And right now we're just rolling in a circle around him, pretty much, and that's it. Let's stun him. Yeah, that triple stun, that's just enough is not okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope I could help you with your bosses and you enjoyed this. I know there are one or two missing that are just not needed for any permanent buffs that are highly optional, like the Molten Vault, but I think I gave you enough tips to handle any challenge from this point forward. If you have any more questions or tips you want to share that helped you during certain boss fights, drop them in the comments below. And if you want to see the Merc build that has been destroying everything, there it is. Enjoy and have a great good time.